what I want to go over is all the different speakers we had, and we're really, when you talk about agentic science, it's a nexus of all these different disciplines. And I'll just kind of talk about the speakers and what these disciplines are. And we started yesterday with meta-science, which is the science of studying science. And there's a really interesting field and research on how to better accelerate how people go through the scientific method. And we had Dr. Brennan Mons and Slava speak about knowledge graphs and the optimal prompting for them and what the output of AI, what should we be directing it for, and how to advance ideas that are the right, there's a spectrum between obvious ideas and sci-fi ideas, and we're aiming for that sweet spot right ahead of our knowledge, and that's a very challenging problem, but Dr. Brennan Mons calls it the percolation theory, and it's a good mental model for how we can be prompting the AIs to not give us super obvious ideas, but not give us super sci-fi ideas that are impossible to test for. Next, we just have the entire field of biotech and biomedical and the biosciences, where we want to focus the AIs to be able to contribute and learn in these fields and contribute to the discrete steps of knowledge work. We had presentations about AI, Vincent from Prime Intellect. We had Martin from Coordination Network, the ELIZA team, and then in post-production, we're going to add the talk from Jay from Biard, which they have a really interesting multi-swarm system, multi-agent swarm system for generating hypotheses and grading them. I want to stress that all of this is also, basically there's a field of Web 2 agents, like Web 2 scientific agents, and they're missing the complete on-chain side of it. And so if you don't have on-chain science, you're missing decentralized knowledge graphs, you're missing attestations, you're missing the idea of pre-registering what you're studying for and making it more reproducible, and you're missing publishing data on-chain and like timestamping it, and all of that is one of the reasons why we built on ELIZA, because they have access to a wallet, not so much for transferring tokens, but just for signing attestations, and signing with a public key pair is a very effective tool for an agent to have. And so we're trying to show that on-chain science and on-chain agentic science is strictly better than purely agentic science without having a public-private key pair attached to a wallet or attached to an agent. So all of that combines into what we call bioagents, and the point of the hackathon and why we're open sourcing them and kind of kickstarting this open source community for them is that we know we're 1% into how effective these agents can be. Like, we're 0.1%. Like, we're just getting started. There's all these different fields that they can advance in, the ones I mentioned. Like, every person with idea, it's probably never been tried before. And if you combine one or two of the companies that presented today with the Bioagent repo, you're already doing something that no one in the world has done. And so it's really cool. These bioagents need better, like, instant access to contemporary papers. They need we need to create knowledge graphs over every domain of science. We need to give them the tools to interact with the world, connect to Web 2 scientific APIs. There's many backend services written in Python that the agents could interface with, and that's basically easy hackathon ideas. And the mission of the hackathon is to, over the next 2 months, to collaborate with us and share what you're building, and really invite, we have a lot of crypto people in the hackathon, we have some AI developers on ELIZA, and we really want to invite more people in the biosciences to learn about what you're doing, tell a friend, tell them there's this cool new thing, how agents can interact with their scientific data sources, and invite them to join your team, collaborate. This is a long-running hackathon, so if you're watching this in days or weeks, there's still time to join. And I want to stress that we're keeping everything open source, because it means that these agents that we create and everyone creates in the hackathon, you can run them at home locally. A company can run multiple agents in the cloud server, but the cool thing about blockchain is that we can create a globally distributed and basically a citizen science fleet of agents that are able to it's a larger fleet of agents than any one company or any one person can create on their own. And when we create this large fleet of agents, it's going to be instrumental in the coming months and years to accelerate. It's almost like having a supercomputer or having the Hubble Space Telescope, where we can have a BioDAO like VitaDAO, which has these very specific problems, which if you had one agent, it would take months or years for it to run through all these tasks. But by having 10,000 agents, by having millions of agents, we can accelerate the process and accelerate science. And the key piece of why Bio Protocol is doing this and wanting to build it is that this giant fleet of agents would not be possible without the globally distributed on-chain funding. And so when we have this giant fleet of agents able to accelerate science, it's almost like a sci-fi idea where we just take crypto, we take the blockchain, tokens on the blockchain, we give them to the agents to pay for their compute, and the end result of that process is science. And so we're happy that the Bio Protocol and Bio Token is going to be powering this, and we're excited to see where it goes. So I think that's it. I'm going to wrap up with this. The final things for the live stream, join the Discord if you haven't yet, and that's where all the communication around the hackathon is going to be. It's been linked multiple times today, and it's on the website ai.bio.xyz. To everyone here in person, this wraps up the event. You don't have to leave yet, but we are happy to chat, and thank you all for attending, and thank you all for watching the live stream. That's all.